plan to make history here this evening.
What's up, everybody? We're at Championship Week, finally. Yay! And I'm glad to be there because divisional round was not kind to me. It was more like disaster round instead of divisional round. 1-3. Falcons.
By a half point.
Yeah, Falcons. Yeah. You were 2-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 2-2, 1-3. What's the difference? You didn't make money.
Exactly. And, we started off horrible. I mean, the Broncos, they had, 9 to cover, and did not do that. And hindsight's always 20/20, but it was funny. I was watching the Electric Football Show, who we're in the little playoff challenge with, and they were just sitting there going like, oh my God, it was one of the most exciting games we've ever seen where we didn't have a stake or a home team in it. And I was just sitting there going like, man, after I saw the Broncos weren't going to cover, I didn't give a fuck who won, and I was like, get the fucking thing over it so I can watch the next game. I mean, it seemed like, I don't know to me, I don't know if it was just because we lost that bet, but it seemed like it started drawing out after a while. It's like you had the bad officiating, one. Mm-hmm. It was like replacing refs all over again. And then you had a Broncos team with 34 seconds left in the game in regulation, a chance to get down there and get a field goal at least to win this game before overtime, and they opted not to do that. Chicken shit. I didn't like it at all.
They did the same thing in the first half too.
But this is weird. I mean, Matt Ryan and them, they had to do it. They were losing, so I mean, they had no choice.
But you wasted over a minute from the last two halves with Peyton Manning as your quarterback, 2 timeouts in your belt. And you have a chance. All you got to do is go, 40 yards in 30-some seconds with 2 timeouts to try and get a field goal. That's all you got to do.
And you got Prater, who does have a leg, and you're in Mile High. Yeah, right. Granted, it's wintertime, and it's probably colder, and the ball doesn't fly, but still, you got to go for it, don't you?
You got to take the chance.
Oh, they weren't going to cover anyway, so fuck them. Congratulations, you blew it. But and then the other games, Seattle did a hell of a job coming back. I don't know what the Falcons were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking at all. I mean, you come down, even at the end where they took that lead back and then onside kick it. What the fuck? I mean, not onside kick it, but Pooch kicked it. Kick the fucker away. Try and get him deep. It was just weird.
Even before that, they call a timeout with 13 seconds left to kick a field goal. It's like, let it run down to 3 or 4 seconds.
Exactly.
You gave them a chance to possibly win the game.
It's amazing. People make millions of dollars to make those decisions, and yet, you say, "Oh, you're in your basement. Fuck off." I don't give a shit. You get billions of dollars. You don't crack. You don't fall apart like that at the end. And then the Patriots did what I thought they were going to do. That was a Houston defense that was not ready to face another good offense. I mean, they over the last 6 or 7 weeks were getting lit up. So I mean, it's just the way it was going to happen. And unfortunately, for them, which they're good, I like their team personally. I mean, I would say I'm a Texans fan, but anyway, Let's go ahead and get it started with this week. We're going to go 2-0. I promise, or I'll do the next one naked.
I will not be here for the next one if we don't go 2-0.
That's right. I will be by myself.
No, I will be here for the Super Bowl, even though I go out of town, but I can still do the show. It's just I'm not going to do it if he's naked.
I'll think about that one.
I did that once, and I'll never do it again. No.
No. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, we have a couple different lines. Electric Football Show, you had it at -3.5 favorite for San Francisco. You had the Patriots at -9. Well, today is Thursday. The lines have changed. A lot of money going towards San Francisco. It's pushed that line to 4.5-point favorite for the 49ers on the road. Incredible to me. I mean, to be honest with you. I think we're in agreement here. I'm going to take the Falcons, and I don't know if this is part of me going, I want the Falcons to win. We are obviously in a division with our team, the Rams, facing the 49ers a couple times this year, and we're getting, this year we actually gave it to them a little bit, finally. But you're giving a team that lost 1 game at home all year, and that was the last game of the season against Tampa Bay, where they already had a 1 seed clinched. You're giving them 4.5 points at home, and I don't give a shit. Kaepernick blew my mind with what he did last week.
Great game.
I mean, that I did not see that coming at all. In hindsight, again, you probably could have seen it because Adrian Peterson did it against the Green Bay Packers at the end of the season, and he still had a good game, I think, in that
yeah, 99 yards. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that's a Packer defense that had given up some yards on the ground. So, in hindsight, yeah, but we're going to see it to that extent? No. I mean, that guy was setting records left and right, and I was even going like, damn, I'm sitting here eating crow because that guy did more than I even thought he could as a rookie. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons. Give me those 4.5 points at home. I know a lot of money's going towards San Francisco, but to me, it just seems crazy in my mind to give a number 1 seed at home 4.5 points.
Yeah, Atlanta had a great game last week against Green Bay. The one thing I look at Atlanta, and I have some concerns about, is they were up 20-0 at halftime, and they outscored 28-10 in the second half.
Right.
Which Atlanta defense are we going to see in this game? First half, they looked really good, although Seattle had opportunities in that first half. They were driving the ball, but for some reason, they didn't want to kick field goals. And honestly, you left 6 points on the field. You lost by 2. You deserve to be at home. I hate to say it, but I don't have a lot of love for him. Will Kaepernick be able to run the ball? Yeah, I mean, if you look at Russell Wilson last week, he had, 60, 70 yards rushing, and those were really on scrambles out of the pocket, not set run plays. Kaepernick has that ability, so he should be able to get some decent runs out of there. You've got to think Mike Nolan, defensive coordinator at Atlanta, former head coach of San Francisco, is really wanting to win this game. He's going to probably try and do his best to bring his A game on defense here. Giving 4.5 points, or for the Electric Football Show, 3.5. To the number 1 seed at home, I can't do it. I got to take the home team to get the points here.
Yeah, no matter how hot San Francisco looked in that one game, it's still a team that out of the last 4 games has given up over 30 points. And that one time they didn't was against the Arizona Cardinals, and myself, Brian, my kid, the cat could go and probably keep them under 10. Maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Next game, we have the New England Patriots hosting the Baltimore Ravens. And unfortunately, at the beginning of the playoffs, I said the Baltimore Ravens was not a team I don't even think that deserved to be in the playoffs. Oh, I'm eating crow again on that one. Eating a lot of crow this week. Yes, I am hungry. Unfortunately, it is for crow. The Patriots are, as of right now, Thursday night, an 8-point favorite at home over the Baltimore Ravens. A Baltimore Ravens team that seems to play close games. I don't know if it's that they bring their competition down to their level, but even at that, I mean, you're looking at a Joe Flacco, which he's playing for a contract. I mean, maybe that does have something to do with it. You got a guy that's, and this is where people make those big bucks. I mean, the end of the season where people see these kind of performances. So, who knows? Maybe Flacco has taken it up to another level due to greed. I don't know. They all do, it seems, at one point in their life. But 8 points is a lot of points between these two teams. Even though on paper it looks like you have just got a juggernaut at home. These two teams have met, I think, between Flacco and Brady 5 times, or the last 5 times. It's gone 3-2. 3 going to the Patriots, 2 going to the Baltimore Ravens in wins. Those 3 losses at the Baltimore Ravens were dealt. 6 points, 3 points, and 3 points, and killing, I think, with 3 point last year in the playoffs, too.
Yeah, it's 3 points last year, and they beat them this year by 1.
So I'm looking for a close game. I mean, it's just history right here talking. I'll take the Baltimore Ravens -8 right now. So obviously, the Electric Football Show, we're going to take them at 9. So,
yeah, Baltimore last week, I really thought that Denver would be able to get pressure on Flacco with their linebackers, and in all honesty, that whole game, I didn't see Flacco really get any pressure on him, get touched. He was able to sit in that pocket. If they're able to do that to New England, you've got to think they have a good shot, because New England's defense is really predicated on stopping the run with Wolford up front. They do a great job against the run. In the secondary, they have done better, especially since they got to keep Talib. But that's one area they can be beat on. And if Flacco and the receivers with Bolden, with Torrey Smith, and even Pitta, I think, could have a good game here. I can see them staying with New England, especially without Gronkowski. It just changes the whole game plan for them. So I do like Baltimore on the road here to cover 8.
Yeah, and I would not even be the least bit surprised Baltimore walks out of there with a win. I mean, it wouldn't shock me at all. I mean, literally, from what I've seen from them in the playoffs, I would almost put a little bit of money on them that way, too.
I would probably do the show naked next week just because I hate New England so much. So if we go 1-1 and Baltimore's the one that wins, you might have... Don't watch.
We might go back down to the standard definition, maybe low quality, just so you guys don't go blind. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
So right now... okay, wait a minute. We sat there and talked all that. Who do you got winning that San Francisco game? We didn't even really bring that out. I just
God, could you have the two hardballs going against each other in the Super Bowl?
I would hate it. I hate the hardballs. Fuck the 49ers.
Hey, I'll say this, and not to sidestep the question. I'm going to love watching the NFC game because you got 5 Mizzou guys playing in that game. 2 defensive starters on each team. You got Chase Kaufman, had a big catch last week early in the game. So,
signed late with them, too.
So either way, I got Mizzou guys in the Super Bowl, so I'm happy. But I tell you what, it's hard for me to go against San Francisco. I could see San Francisco winning by 3, but...
A good game. That's going to be one hell of a game if it does. But I'm going to be heartbroken, man. I want to see the dirty get in, man.
I'm taking Atlanta to cover. I'll probably go ahead and take Atlanta to win.
Fuck it. I'm taking Atlanta to win this game. I'm sick of the fucking 49ers, man. I don't care if you're a 49ers fan
it's
or not.
A rival thing. I mean,
fuck them. I'm sick of Kaepernick. I'm sick of everything. Because it's going to be the little... I can just hear it now, man. It's going to be freaking Nance on the call in the Super Bowl. If it's both hardballs, it's going to want to make me fucking puke. Sorry. Yeah. Nance is already, he soups it up so bad as it is with CBS having that call. I mean, literally, I'll watch the Super Bowl just because I'll probably have money on it. But other than that, I'll hate every fucking second of it. Sorry. Before we get out of here, I want to give a shout out to a guy who, my son does a wrestling show. That's the only reason we probably have this show today. He's got this whole setup in the basement. We got the computer on. We got the camera. There's a guy called Mass Tweeter X. I've been watching his videos over the last few weeks. Guy's fucking hilarious. Check his channel out. He was along with me. He was not a big Seahawks fan because he's a Redskins fan, and boy, he was pissed when they freaking beat the Redskins. But RG3 a little banged up. He's got years of good football to watch coming up. So another thing, the Geo Knows Awards for the YouTube Prognosticators is out. The guy puts a shitload of effort into this. I mean, if you've ever edited a video, especially where you're drawing a lot of other videos in, you got to cut them down. There's a lot of fucking work to do that. Check out his channel, not just because he put a lot of work into it too, but also because we've been nominated for a few awards. Go ahead there, vote for us. He's nominated for Prognosticator of the Year. Pretty good. Seeing how I probably drag him down a little bit.
We're pretty equal.
Yeah.
I'm just better looking.
Ouch. But no, Brian, I think one of our videos of the year, if you saw our Santa Claus video, which he went 12-4 that week, I think that's up for video of the year. We were going to do a funny video this year, but to be honest with you, it wasn't very funny. I mean, like a lot of our shit. But also, best do of the year, I think combined our records were almost at 50, and that's not counting his college picks. His college picks, I think he had 2 weeks where he was under 500. And, every other one, I think it was at least 5 wins. And that was only doing maybe 7 games. So he's like 5-2, 5-3. And then I think the last year of the season when he did the bowl games, 3-0. So check out the Geo Knows channel. It's pretty cool to watch everybody. You get to maybe find some guys you haven't seen before, too. And other than that, I will be here next week for sure. You would leave for Vegas. Oh, 2 weeks. I forgot. Next week's the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
What? CM Punk, The Rock. Check it out.
We'll have the Super Bowl up in a week and a half.
And he usually goes to Vegas for the Super Bowl, and you leave on
Friday, so I'll be able to do it.
Oh, well, he'll be able to do the video, but till we probably won't do. Last year we did a Rumble video, but it was because we went.
We'll see. Yeah,
we'll leave that to the kiddies.
Yeah. So hey, this Saturday, go Blues. And Saturday is Punch a Red Wings fan in the face day. So make sure if you see a Red Wings fan, you punch them.
NHL hockey starting up. If you're not a hockey fan, I would say go to a game. You will be a fan. You can watch it on TV, but it just seems like the broadcasts are just, I don't know, if you're just a casual fan, they're hard to watch. But if the Blues win a Stanley Cup this year, if you're just talking now.
Well, we're taking next steps.
But, they had a really good season, but it's a shortened season. Yeah. Anything can happen. If they win, do you feel cheap?
No, not at all.
Everyone I'm kind of torn, man.
Everyone's playing the same thing.
I mean, since we were 16 years old, and 17, 18 years old, going to the old arena, watching the Blues when we were younger, getting pulled over afterwards.
Don't blame me. I didn't put that six-pack ring in there.
It was all good times, but it would just, literally, I think it'd be the only sporting event that would bring me to tears. I'm dead serious. I would be bawling like a baby. So, anyway, that's the gay moment of the day. We'll see you guys in...
Yeah, like us sitting here naked doing a show wouldn't be gay.
That'll be our next gay moment. We'll see you guys...
Not anything wrong with it.
2 weeks.
See you guys.